Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blitz Growth. Today we have a very exciting guest, Master Wong here. Now, Master Wong is extremely impressive. He's got 30 plus years of martial arts, and he helps educate and train students and instructors through multiple ways: YouTube channels, events, courses, books, everything. He's got 2.8 million subscribers on his YouTube channel and has some amazing content on there to go check out. He's sharing techniques and a bunch of knowledge about martial arts and all the different types of fighting tactics and techniques. He's also been able to monetize his audience through courses, books, events, certificates, and a bunch of other things that we're going to dive in today. So, Master Wong, thanks for joining.
Thank you for inviting me today, and love to answer some questions and hopefully can educate some of your viewers some martial art mindset into today's world.
Awesome. So I love starting out with the founder story. So just quickly, where did you get started? Why did you start your YouTube channel? You know, what made you go online to start educating, training, and then ultimately leading to your full-time business, really?
Okay, so I'm, as you know, I'm half Vietnamese, half Chinese. I'm come from Vietnam. When I get bullied a lot when I'm in Vietnam, that's why I write the book called Little Dragon. It's about my life story in Vietnam. Then I came to UK when I'm 11. When I came to UK in 11, my story of being bullied started again. When I go to high school, I got kicked out of school when I'm 14. So when I left school, I got no education, nothing like that. Then after when I left school, I start in the business into sort of like working the takeaway, Chinese food, you know, become the chef or become the chef. And then after when I became the chef, I got involved in other gangs and stuff like that. So I involved in triad and problem with that. So that's when I started to learning martial art, helping me to able to become more stronger, so don't get bullied. After I involved with that, and I started teaching people. Okay, learning some from martial, start teaching people, and that's when I started to go online. When I go online, the YouTube just started. When I go online, before that I started doing a lot of video. You know, VHS. You know, used to be VHS and DVD and stuff like that. That's when I knew to start with to educate people around the world, because one of the person as I have the school. They came into my school and said, "Oh, Master Wong, doesn't matter how much skill you got and what you're teaching. All you're teaching is only about 20, 30 people in the class. So it's not affecting a lot of people. The best way to have a massive impact, either book, media stuff, so people all around the world can absorb your skill of teaching." So that's when I'm doing VHS. You know, VHS, and I move it to the DVD and stuff like that. So then I upload to the YouTube, just have fun. I never monetize anything on YouTube that time. Just have a bit of fun and just put the skill and share my stuff on there. So when it starts, it's getting a lot of people viewing, stuff like that. And then I closing my school down because I want to do it online. Okay.
Okay, so this was a physical school that you had.
Yeah, that physical.
This is a physical school, and then you closed it down and went online.
Yeah, went online because I don't like to stay in one place. I like to travel all around the world and teaching people, meet people and stuff like that. So I go online, and that's where I start. I go online, and then till now, yeah.
What year did you start your YouTube channel? Man, I know it's been up there for a while.
A long time. It's about at least it's a lot. It's a long time. It's about 12 years ago, 13 years. It's YouTube just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, around about 10 or 12 years ago. It's just when it started, I think.
Yeah, good on you getting in early. And the other super interesting thing that I love to ask founders is, how did you make your first $1,000 online? What was the first thing you sold?
I think it's mainly selling courses. I'm doing a lot of courses and online seminar. So that's what where I make the money is like selling courses, training program, and also book, and also sort of like a seminar. That's where most of my income come from. Is that, and I also doing a lot of sort of like mentorship. You know, like teaching CEO company. So I go to the company and do the talk about confidence building, talking about how to get the worker to become more efficient to what they're doing, that kind of stuff. Motivate them, get them moving. Yeah. So that's where mostly I do my business from.
So you're super diverse. You literally do motivational speaking, you do events, books, courses, all that sort of stuff. You do martial arts training. Like, you do a lot.
Yeah, because I'm using a lot of mindset in the martial art. And because nowadays people don't really have that kind of confidence of doing things. Because when I've been bullied, because I don't have confidence. And because I kick out of school very early, I don't have any confidence to speaking out, and my English is not that very good at all. I got no English the degree or anything. I don't have that. Actually, I do have the degree because when I'm do business, the university give me the degree because I'm doing business in real life, so they give me a degree too for that. They call it NVQ degree. But from that kind of thing that I developed in the martial the 2D, the 2D I'm talking about, discipline and determination, and this is how to helping me to able to get where I want to get. Because a lot of time, if even though you're not very good at something, but more you practice, similar training in the martial art, more you practice, more you're getting better at it, and so on and so forth. Nobody perfect. So I'm using this kind of discipline that I teach, and also I am teaching 4 basic pillars of balanced mindset. Okay, so if people coming in and say they don't know how to do things, or some of you out there got a little bit of problem, I'm using 4 pillars I teach. It's on one of my book called the purity of your intent, the focus of your will, the level of your awareness, and the quality of your character. And the last one is very important, the quality of your character. So you need to have a good human being, good soul. Everything you do, it fall around that. Okay, and that 4 pillar, it help to make you to understanding how to get there and do things. Martial art is not just about fighting. You never fight in your real life. If you understand in the basic rule, time, place, and a method of attack. Okay, it's a basic rule: time, place, and a method of attack. If you understand this basic rule, you never get yourself in that situation, because any situation, bad situation you get into, is a time. Okay, wrong place, wrong time. Place, you go in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, and a method of attack, and using different method to attack you verbally or physically or a weapon or all sort of thing. So the three basic things that you understand, that when you understand that, you won't get in trouble. Okay, then I'm teaching this for people to learn about when you're going out. I always teaching another 4 basic things: know yourself, know your enemy, know your ability, and know your surrounding. Okay, know yourself. You need to know yourself, what you're able and not able to do. Know your enemy. When you're going out, who is your enemy? Who is it? Okay, and what you're dealing with, so you know you're prepared. And know your ability, what you're able to do when you get there. Can you fight back? A lot of people train in a martial art, but when the problem, the shit hit the fan, the something really bad, they can't fight back, because you don't go, your mind, it never go through that the training. So you think that's what you do, but you don't, because something happened. It's like very angry, very scared. People want to kill you. Very thing happen very quickly. Yeah, that's why I'm teaching the few basic rules is called surprise, speed, and violent action. So when you're coming in any form of problem, they surprise you. Okay, then they're working very fast, speed. They go in there and try to mess your mind up, so you're confused. And violent of action, they'll go in there to bombard you with all sort of stuff, so you cannot recover. Okay, so all this basic rule, I'm taking all this thing I learned from the martial art, and then I bring it out and helping many different people, housewife, business people, relationship, everything and anything. Then using this concept that I apply. So yeah, so I quite diversified in many different areas. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then you talked about the two Ds. So what are some tips for helping people become more disciplined? Because I know we talked about this briefly before this podcast, but discipline is one of the keys to success. So what's some tips or what's some ideas on if someone's not disciplined, how do they become more disciplined?
So this is very important for people to want the discipline. You need to find something you're interested to do first. You need to find something you're interested to do. So if you love something you want to do, then you want to deploy a lot of love and passion toward it. When you find that, you like that, and then you have the discipline to get up. So if you want to be fit and strong, you want to get up in the morning, do some exercise, do that. So that's what helping your body, because your body have to feel them, your mind have to feel them, then your spiritual will bring it in for you. Because your body don't feel it, you don't see any changes. Like you do exercise every day and you don't see any changes, your mind is like, what's going on? I do that, it's no use. Yeah, so you give up. So you have to see the result, you see the outcome. So the discipline help you to see lead to success, and you feel your body feel good. When people look at you and say, man, you looking good today. you puff, you look good. So you feel that success and you want more. You want more, you see, and more you want to do it, more you're hungry for the success, yeah. So now you have the discipline. So you develop the discipline because everything is like you deliver that. So now if you want to doing something else to have the same discipline, you deploy whatever you've been done already here. Okay, you bring love and then deploy to here. So whatever you like to do. So I do the stuff online all the time. You need to love what you do. You go get up there, love to express yourself, love to share your skill because you need to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're not going to have the discipline for that. Okay? You're not going to want to do it. And then because of that, then you have the determination. As you know, as you're losing weight, the same. If you want to losing weight, it's a lot of determination to make it losing weight by cut down a lot of stuff you don't eat, have the right mindset, sleep in the right time, have the right discipline to be able to do that. But only if you love yourself. You understand that? If you don't love yourself, you're not going to do that to help yourself. So everything you do is bring the love toward it. You understand what I mean? When you bring the love toward it, and then that way you can able to make changes. If you don't bring the love to what you do, you never change anything. It's like for me, to changing you to want to do something, you need to love what you want to change, yeah? If you don't love what you want to change, it doesn't matter how much I want to put into you, you're going to reject me, okay? You don't want to do it, you see, because you're not loving it, okay? So that's what it is. So determination and discipline is very important by love something first. And then when you love that, then you deploy whatever you've been created and deploy the same tactic. That's tactic. You use a tactic to this thing here. So everything I do the same, okay? I do the same. So all my martial, the mindset, everything I do the same. I bring the same success I've been done and deploy them to here. And then using the same, deploy them into here. Okay? And then as that. So I just don't do that. So I do graphic design. I do editing my book. I doing filming. I do all sort of stuff. Why can I do all that? Because I just bring the same love and passion to everything I do. Okay? And that's how you're going to make it.
Yeah, because I noticed you're very consistent with your videos and your posting and all that sort of stuff. Do you do all of that yourself, or do you have a team that helps you with your content?
Most of the stuff I do it myself, yeah. I got a team to do other things, and then most of the stuff I do myself. Because a lot of times, sometimes people offer, sometimes people do certain things. I'm the person that I like to in control of everything. Do you understand what I mean? So if I don't like, I don't rely on people because I deploy that mindset in the martial art. Because when you're training and when you're in the situation you're in, you can't rely on certain people to help you. You have to deal with the problem when it comes. You understand that? So all the thing I'm learning, I deploy into the thing I do. So everything I do it myself. I do editing, I learn all the software. I learn loads of different software to deploy all the thing I need to do. Because you cannot rely on people. So when I learn that now, because I'm teaching people, don't I? So when the new people coming in, I can teach them that skill, you see, to tell them what I need to do. I teach people how to write because I'm writing my book. I teach them how to write. I don't know how to write, but I can teach people how to write because I know what I want them to do. Yeah. I teach people how to edit because I tell them how to edit because I know how to edit. I'm teaching people how to use graphic design. I'm teaching people how to film. I'm teaching how people take photo because when you know something, you can pass that skill on to someone. You understand that? Because you know about it. But when you're passing skill on to somebody, if you don't know, then you don't have the idea of how to teach them to do it properly. You see what I mean? So then you come back to the free seed, isn't it?
Yeah, well, teaching is the best way to learn something, isn't it? As soon as you got to teach something to someone, you've got to learn it yourself. Otherwise, you can't teach it.
Like my master always say, the best thing to do is teaching, learning to teach. You're teaching, you're learning. So you're learning at your teaching. So you're better at your growing, yes.
Got it. So you've been super successful in all of your content creation, all the different ways you monetize. Did you have mentors? Did you have a corrections person that you were talking about? Is there people that you had keeping you in line and people who you would look up to? No?
Most of the stuff is like, let's go back to the martial art again. It's all go back to the basic rules that you have to learn and understanding what's right, what's wrong, what's rubbish. So you understand all this. And then you deploy that. You need to have the eye that God gives you to see what's good and what not. You see something is suitable, not good, you change them. Because you basically control of your destination. You basically control everything. You don't like something, you change them. Okay? And this is go back to the basic rule of learning the skill of different things. Like my book. If I don't like the way it look, I edit them in the way I want it. Yeah? But other people don't understand how to edit, how to use in the software. They're stuck. Okay, if you don't, I don't like the way I'm filming, I change the way I'm filming. I don't like the way I'm doing something, I change it. But other people cannot do that. Yeah, because they don't understand how to do it, how to use the program, how you're using skills. They don't have the skill, so they can't do anything. So they're dictated by someone else's. Yeah. So in martial art teaching, when I do the martial and using the idea of mindset, martial art teach you to control the situation, because any form of conflict, you need to in control. Okay, in charge of the conflict, you're in charge. When you're in charge, you dictate the outcome. You see, but because you're not in charge, somebody else dictate the outcome. So now go back to the business, go back to anything you do. It's the same thing. Yeah, if you understand it, you learn the skill, you got all that, you dictate what you want to do. Okay, nobody dictated. If somebody coming in and said, "Oh, if I don't like something," and I tell them, they said, "If you're so good, you do it. That's why I sacked you. I do it myself." You see what I mean? I don't need them to be around. So when I employ people or when I got people, I don't need to have any form of skill. Okay, all they need to do is just listen and learn. Okay, that's all I want them to do. I don't need anybody said I got a degree of graphic design. I don't want any of them, because they're useless. Why? Because they have their own way of doing things. I don't want your own way of doing things. I want you to do the things that I wanted you to do, because I'm paying you to get something done. So I will teach you how to do it. Yeah. So because I have all this skill, I can teach them whatever I need them to do, and whatever the things that need to be done, that'd be easier for me to help them. Yeah.
Got it. Interesting. And then, so what do you think is different about your channel or your brand that gets people engaged? Like, you have so many comments on your videos and everything, like thousands.
Most of my stuff are, when I go online, I'm teaching something a little bit different. I don't want to be too serious, and I don't want it to in a certain way and teach, because when you're teaching somebody through the screen, they're not with me, they don't feel them. Yeah, so you want to make them laugh, have a fun. It's just like the same thing, have fun, have love. That's why you see on my video, I have fun all the time. When people really want to learn on my course, I don't do that. On my training program, I'm very serious, because they come to learn. They want to learn a specific outcome. Okay, and that's what they learn. Okay, it's no time for joke, no time for fun, because you're not there for that. You're there to learn. Online, I don't know anybody online, because they like my stuff or not. I don't know. I'm talking to a wide range of audience. So I'm there to have a fun, have a laugh, because when you make somebody laugh, they remember you. Okay, one way or other, they remember you, because you're different. And online is weird. You have to be different. You can't be the same. Yeah. So when you deliver something, you want to make it fun, interesting. So sometimes it controversial, sometimes it's different. So people start to get their head around it. But really try to open them up, to educate them, to see the different. To see the different, because what they think or what they see is not what they see. You see what I mean? And especially teaching martial art. Sometimes when you're teaching something, it's weird, because everything you're teaching is 2D. You see, because it's a two-person, yeah, in front of it. Then you do the technique, because you can't out of frame, you can't do this, you can't do that, because you're showing the movement, yeah. But if they started doing so many different things, then nobody know what they're doing, and it don't look like anything. It's just weird. People say, what you doing? What you doing? Yeah. So it's just silly. So that's why it's a specific way. But I'm changing this year. I'm changing a lot on my content, on stuff like that. So I may changing as I go and stuff like that. Just try to looking in a different way to present.
So you do a lot of the engaging stuff online, on YouTube, on Instagram, and all that sort of stuff, and then you do this more serious technical teaching in your courses and books and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. If you read one of my books, if you got one of my books, you read it, everything is teaching through that, very serious, very thingy, and have a laugh, but always the book the same. You read through, and is I love to if you read something or learn something, I would love to give them something to take home. You understand me? Like the crow I just done. There's something that can listen to it and say, wow, yeah, I get it now. Yeah, it's something take home. So this is why it's important to understand when you watching full or explain something to somebody, because a lot of people don't get it. They just don't get it. So you need to give them the mindset of understanding, like the 4 basic pillars. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Like the one is the word I'm using all the time on my book. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Like that. Because you are consistently go through the pattern of you doing things. Know yourself, know your enemy. So if you don't know yourself, how you know you're dealing with, and you're using the same concept to dealing with your business. Okay, what is your enemy? Your enemy is what you're dealing with. You don't know. You see, you don't know, and because you don't know, you need to find out what is it, what is the enemy is. It's so many different things like this that you are bring it in, and then let people understand. That's where the teaching is physical. So how I teach normally is a physical. Physical give you the feel them. Yeah, like when you hit somebody, feel them. Yeah. Then I'm teaching the mindset, so they're embedding to the physical. So now they understand me. Because then they understand me, what is it? So when you're going out, because nobody gonna punch you, so you need to know yourself, know your enemy, know your ability, and know your surrounding. Yeah. So when you're going out, you need to know yourself, know your enemy, who you're dealing with, know your ability, Lynn, what sort of thing you need to prepare for, and know your surrounding, where you're going, what is the situation, what is it about, who you're going with, all this thing here. Then you're going out, then you listen to that, understand that. I remind you, that I get it now. Yeah. And then go back to the basic rule. Safety of yourself must come first. So basically, anything you do is your safety. Okay. A lot of people don't worry about their safety. That's why they die before something happens. So you need to worry about your safety. So wherever you contact to try to meet somebody you're not sure, or you're going out and you're engaging in any kind of conflict, you need to make sure your safety, distant, control, distant. So everything is safety first, because if something happens, you're finished. So all this will apply into your day-to-day life. So when you do business, the same. Safety of yourself must come first. So make sure you eat the food, shelter, and companion. You see. So if you don't have food, shelter, and companion, then you never get things moving in your business, because you're dead before you're in the water, before you do anything. And always start with nothing to get something. Because if you start with nothing, then you know that if you got nothing, you can build something around it. Then if you got something, how easier to make it happen. Yeah. So if I start with 0 and I will make 100,000, okay. If I got 100,000, how easy to make million? Yeah, because I start with nothing. So because you deploy this, know yourself, know your enemy. So that means you need to deploy a lot of your skill. Your skill will do a lot of stuff. You see. So learning. So if, for instance, like online, you learn a lot about editing all this the software. If you pay to do that, then you spend all the money, and all the money you've been spent already. Then how the hell are you going to make any money back? For instance, you understand that? Yeah. So all this thing like that. So you got to understanding all this basic stuff, and then that way you can able to learn that skill. Then you can use that skill to turn something into the business. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my next question would be, you've got so many different revenue streams. How did you come up with those ideas to like start a book or start a course or start seminars or start training teachers and students? Like, how did you come up with those ideas?
Yeah. So it's very interesting. It's a tactic. The way I use it called KT3, Kung Fu tactic. So everything I deploy tactic. So everything I do, there have to be the link to everything. Okay, the link. So my book will link into the video. Okay, my video will link to the book, the mindset. The book will link into the course, and the course will link into the seminar. Say, for instance, I go to do a seminar in London. Then before people go to do the seminar, they've got a course already ready. Whatever I teach is on that seminar. You see? So then what happened when you finish a seminar, before you go to seminar, you roughly call pre-training. You roughly know what you're learning. You know what you're expecting. You know what it's all about. Yeah. Then when you learn it, and when you go to seminar, you can't learn everything at once. Okay? Because you get confused. So many things bombard to your head. You're confused. Then you were asking me, said, how do I forget everything? Then you go back to the course, and then you refer to whatever you're doing. And then inside the book is a plan, lesson plan, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 4 weeks. And then you train on that. So whatever you're missing, you use that to train. So you track yourself. Yeah. And I'm using the same thing like this into my instructor training program. So the student learn from my instructor, they learn from the book. So whatever they're doing, if one of my instructor teaching in America, and then the student asking me, Master Wong, how you do this movement? I will tell them, I said, what you been learning? Oh, I'm learning a Siu Lim Tao. Oh, what lesson you in? Oh, on week 2. Okay then, week 2, lesson 3. Tell me how I should teach you. Okay? Then they show me. So everything will be in there. So it track. Okay? Everything is track. Everything is black and white. And then everything I do is all linked into one thing. So don't get confused. All the philosophy will be embedded into everything around it. Yeah? So that's how it works. They're all interlinked with each other.
Yeah. No, it's very clever. And they play off each other very, very well.
Yeah.
So I know we also talked about the 3 C's before this call as well: content, collaboration, consistency, for growing audiences, growing social media presence, and all that sort of stuff. How do you apply those 3 things to grow your own audience?
Okay, then so that's not important. If you have 2D already, then 3C is easy. So determination and discipline, you got that already. Now 3C is going content. You need to learn how to create content, because content is the king. Without content, you finish. Yeah. And then you got the content. Yes, you got the content, all the content there, but it's not consistent. Okay, that's not a problem. So when you posting, you do all the stuff, consistency. So you got to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you want to post, then make sure you do that. They're consistent. Like training, you want to get result, got to be consistent. Without the consistent, no result. Yeah. Collaboration, like today, when you collaborate with you, doing a podcast, do the other thing with other people, helping other people, whatever. You are collaborate with somebody to let people know, because you got message to share. Okay, so let people know what message you want to share and know how to share that message, okay, to people. So them 3C you need to have. Okay, so without them 3C is a big problem. So consistent and content and collaboration, you need to have that. Without that, then it's going to be a big problem. We won't be able to get it.
Very hard to grow. Yeah.
No.
Okay, interesting. And would you say you started off doing Kung Fu and that sort of stuff, and then now you're doing more of the mindset training and mindset growth and that sort of thing? Or do you still do a lot of the Kung Fu and everything? What's your main focus right now?
Yeah, everything will start from the martial art, because I need to build your physical. Okay, I build the physical before I build your mind, and then because used to be I build your mind before I build your body, and then I build the spirit. Because nowadays people don't. When you build your mind, it's like I can't feel them. I need to build your body first. Your body strong, then your mind strong. Yeah. When your mind strong, then I will build your spiritual. You see, because otherwise, if you build the spirit and the mind, then you don't feel it. You see. You see what I'm trying to say? So first, you got to learn in the martial art. Martial art give you the roadmap, the mindset, the principle. And then I bring you in, and then I build your mind. And then your mind, then you know where everything going. Yeah. And then spiritual side to bring it in together. So what is the core value? What you about? That go back to the quality of your character. Okay. It's all go back to that. So then the spiritual is about your quality, your character. What you do right and wrong. What is your integrity? What is it you try to promote? And what is it you try to let the people know? Okay, so that's how you bring everything like that together. So I do the first people coming in, if they already got the body, then I build the mind. If they haven't got the mind, I build the body. And then we got the body and mind together, and then I bring the spiritual in, okay, to wrap them in. So that now people can't change them. You see, because you know where you are, you know what you about, you know a lot about yourselves, and people can't go in and change. It's like the computer. If your computer easy to hack, then they go in there to reread the program, because we all been programmed one way or another. If you don't program yourself, the society or your friend or your whoever, they're going to program you. Okay, so you might as well program yourself the way you want, because you are in charge of you're the captain for your ship. You're in charge of your destiny. You are the director and the writer of your life. Okay, you direct the way you want, and you write a story the way you want. So you the one have to program it to make you know where you want to go. Wherever you want to go, you can go there, provide you are accepting that program. Okay, if you don't accept that, someone is going to program for you. Okay, so this is important. So when people come to see me, I always fix the body first, because the physical, okay, when you get the body strong, they've got some belief in them. Okay, then I fix the mind, then I reprogram the mind, and then a spiritual thing come along. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's great how there's the progression, and you have kind of like one then the next, and yeah, having that structure is probably very good for helping train people as well and teach people. But either way, Master Wong, where can we find out more? Where can we come find your latest posts or your latest info, your latest seminars or whatever it may be? Where can we come find you?
Okay, easy to find me. Go to the masterwong.tv. I got all the information. I got the website, all the information, all about instructor program, all the bits and pieces there. And YouTube for video, for lesson I put up. Facebook, Instagram, I just put the stuff there all the time to motivate people. I love to have fun, because life is all about fun. You love what you do and have fun about it, then you're not going to point, you're not doing it. And don't get serious about life. Yeah? Life, we are in a journey. We're here for the journey, to learn as we go forward. So enjoy life and have fun, and then we will be okay. Don't get stressed out about it, because you stress out, you finish.
Yeah, stress is no good. Stress
No
is the
good.
devil.
Finish.
Yeah. But yeah, Master Wong, thank you so much for today. I think you've taught us a lot about growing audiences, monetizing audiences, the 2D and the 3C methods, which are super interesting. I love the connection between your Kung Fu and then your mindset and then spirituality. That's all very, very fascinating. I'm sure a lot of people overlook it in their day-to-day as well as their business. So appreciate the time and thank you so much for sharing.
No problem. I will see you very, very soon.
Hey guys, we put a bunch of effort into making great content for this YouTube channel, so please hit subscribe, leave us a comment, hit like, and tell a few friends about it.